You have a daughter. Are you going to tell her to date a guy with a criminal past?
No.
Why?
Because if he was a criminal, he's likely to commit a crime on you, potentially.
Okay. So if she left the first guy,
Yeah.
she's what? More likely to what?
Leave you?
Right.
I don't agree with that logic.
Why?
Do you know how many pastors I know that used to be gangbangers, drug dealers, and now they've given their life to Jesus Christ and they've changed?
Most people don't change overnight.
Are you the same man that you were when you were 16 that you are today? Are you the same girl that you were when you were 16 that you are today?
You know, I've been cheated on, right? And it was my own fault because I picked him. Because taking accountability means that the situation you're in is your own fault and not blaming the world for your poor choices.
If a child is molested by a relative, is it his fault?
No, I don't think the molestation is the child's fault. But I do think there's some accountability on the parents about who you let around your kids.
Live with a girl for 3 months, you'll find out who the fuck she is. Straight away, boom.
And ladies, this is a tough pill to swallow. A lot of your mothers do not want to see you succeed. They want to see you just as miserable as them so you can be her emotional tampon the rest of her life. Because a lot of your mothers have failed again and again and again in relationships, and they do not want to see you succeed. There are mothers that are simultaneously telling their daughters that they love them and support them while trying to ruin their marriage. This is common. I would say this is more common than it is not. A couple of years ago, I believed that you should never hit a woman. I thought that hitting a woman was wrong and that really, what would a woman need to do to deserve to be hit? I was unaware of just how violent women are. Where I grew up, it was not normal to have women hit men. That wasn't something I really saw, ever. The more I got into media, the more I had conversations with men and women, the more I realized that behind closed doors, women absolutely beat the shit out of their husbands. I couldn't believe how many men had been hit by women. And so I started to see the types of punches that these women would throw. And I thought to myself, if you want to hit like a man, then expect to get hit like a man. I have zero sympathy. There should be mandatory DNA testing at birth.
No.
I don't know why you, okay.
Because it's calling my wife a whore to do that. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Why? Okay, so
because
women...
the assumption of the first of all, mandatory, good grief, but the premise of it is that my wife is sleeping around.
Okay, so
I'm quite confident my wife is not sleeping around.
The woman feels icky for a little bit, but then
the man feels icky. I would feel quite icky.
Wait. The woman feels icky for a little bit. Fine, maybe the man feels icky.
Certainly he would. You're calling his wife a whore and him a cuckold.
It prevents men from being put on child support and raising kids that aren't theirs.
You're saying they're
married. If people want to opt out of it, fine, you can opt out.
So it's not mandatory.
But
it's voluntary. But there it is voluntary.
I think it would be better if it was mandatory. I think that's a better.
So then the men can opt out.
Oh my gosh, what are you? Well then, okay, I'd love for the feminists, please apply for the oil rigs. Please go do the hard jobs in society. They're open, they're hiring, because I don't I don't think men or women are equal until we do the equal work. So no, listen. Go apply to be on the oil rigs. Go be a plumber, go be an electrician, go be on the front lines of the military, and then we should have equal rights. But until feminists are willing to do that, I don't believe we should have the freedom without the responsibility.
Okay, well, I don't think that.
I'm 6 foot. If I go up against a 6 foot guy and I play basketball with him, he's going to body me.
And what happens if I go up against you?
Even if I have years more of training. And so it's like you're taking away the little opportunity that we're given and we all work so hard for, and you're just giving it back to biological. Women out earning men have a hard time respecting the men they're with.
That's not true.
That's not true. That's not true. A lot of the time, the women reported that they had way too much responsibility in the marriage. They were expected to be in charge of the household duties and still work a job. They had to...
Oh, come on. What % of modern women actually cook?
20% of the men, when both parents are working, only 20% actually reported to doing household duties. That's scary when you're both working.
I mean, I'm just saying this shit's automated nowadays. I mean, you have a washing machine, a dishwasher.
Yeah, but so
Sure, you can say, but even at that, but as much as it's automated, men still don't do it. Splitting up duties in the household is like one of the most important parts of like a relationship because it's where you're spending most of the time together. This is why I say I don't think you're even dating until you live together, because until you live together, you don't really know who the other person's like.
I don't know. I feel like that stuff can be worked out. Chores?
Dude, oh my God, you're actually a child. What do you think love is? You're just like romantically going away to Venice like every year, and that's no, a relationship requires a lot of deliberate work. Things like chores are where relationships start to break down, and it'll steamroll into bigger things. A guy not doing chores ever might be a guy that you don't want to fuck anymore, and then you not having sex ever might be you guys just don't get along anymore. And then like 3 months into it, you fucking hate each other and you don't know why, and it starts over small shit. But if you've been in real relationships long term, these little things will pile up and fucking kill you. Relationships are not like this puppy, like romantic love constantly. It's doing the small things every single day to make sure the relationships work. But you're just like LOL chores. Like,
why do you have to let it get to that point?
I feel like
ask the guys that aren't doing the chores. Ask them.
Exactly. Ask the men.
What does the average woman bring to the table in 2023?
Well, so I don't know.
Can I say something?
Exactly.
So
Wait. I want to give a good actual answer. You have to sort of be mentally aligned because you want to have like good communication. You want to be able to talk about stuff, experiences, and.
Happy wife, happy life is a recipe for disaster. I think it's telling the man that you have to try to make a woman happy. And as women, I think we're never happy. I think that if you give a woman everything that she wants,
she'll still find something.
She'll still find something to not be happy about.
Me, the way I look at it, I feel like men go through a lot. They literally have to go outside and battle. Do you understand? And the way I look at it, I think the only thing that can really make a man happy is his woman. That's his safe space. That's his peace. So when people say like happy wife, like when your wife is happy, that man now becomes happy. Like,
to add one thing, I think that's narcissism. I think women were naturally narcissistic and we take credit for everything. And I think that he's either a happy man on a purpose or he's not. And I think women have very little to do with it. Women are delusional and narcissistic, just like by our nature. And yeah, I think we think that we deserve more credit than we do. Do you think you and Lizzo have an equally attractive body?
Do you think you do?
I think I have a better body than Lizzo. Do you think you and Lizzo?
You've ultimately just discriminated yourself from her.
How? What?
You just said you have a better body.
Yeah.
That's not discrimination.
That is.
I don't think it takes. I would probably go by experience and studies, which are usually pretty similar. Like if I put up Lizzo, most guys will probably pass. But if
Lizzo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oversized women are coming back right now, and I probably
for women to who?
Well, for a man, maybe not you, but for a lot of men, she does.
Which
and we're sat here laughing, and like. Do you know the percentage of the population of how many women are oversized?
Do you know why Pearl is available? Because even though she says the right things that men resonate with, she's masculine as hell. Men like feminine women.
Pearl is not picked because Pearl is not conventionally attractive. It has nothing to do with the fact that she's not like soft and feminine enough. Like in personality. This guy goes on to say in his video like, you know, she's too like argumentative and has like really strong opinions and it's like not chill. And even though she's saying everything that guys want to hear, which she's not, by the way, a lot of men don't want the type of woman like that. Like they're not totally interested in that. She's still not picked because she's just, you know, she's on these podcasts and she's just too argumentative and blah, blah, blah. Wrong. And let me tell you why, okay? Look at someone like Tommy Lauren or even like Candace Owens, like women who are so aggressive in their political and like conservative and like just lifestyle opinions in general. They are conventionally attractive women And so they have husbands and families and children, even though they're very aggressive online, even though they're very aggressive in the media. And they're saying a lot of conservative things that men love to be like, this is what men really think and really want. This is how people really feel. And it's truly not. But the reason that their career trajectory is so different from Pearl's is because they're conventionally attractive. It's a different kind of pick-me. Like, a pick-me doesn't really ever get picked.
What's feminine about you, Brittany?
Everything is feminine about me.
Oh, come on.
Let's
the
go.
majority, I have no debt, right? But women in general.
That's because you're from a rich family,
women
girl.
in general,
Congratulations, girl. You're from a rich family, so what are you talking about? You have no debt, girl.
Women in general have a
Congratulations. Like, you don't get fish don't get applauded for
I'm
swimming.
lucky. That's why I said I'm lucky.
Okay, so for you, so why lead with that? So why lead with that? So why lead with that?
You asked for an example, and I'm going to give it to you. Do you want me to start?
Girl, okay.
Okay.
Let me tell you what
let's talk about
what we're not gonna do, because you have a history of doing this. Because I'm familiar with you. Okay. Girl, what you like to do is you like to say these really stupid fucking comments, right? And then so what you do, then you like sit back, and then you're like, you think you're so smart, you have this fucking smug ass look on your face, and then you're waiting for someone to give you that like emotional, like passionate response. So then you can sit there and be super dismissive and really kind of just gaslight. And I don't know, as a female.
Gaslight?
No. Yeah, do you know what that word means?
You guys use it for everything.
You guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know what's funny about using you guys is seriously, it kind of feels like the only thing that is actually feminine about you is that you have a vagina. Okay. Because I feel like, there's like a man on the panel.
Okay, and what's feminine about you, Brittany?
Everything is feminine about me.
Oh, come on. Like, I'm not trying to go personal here. So I don't know why you're trying to make this personal.
No, you made it personal when you led with, hey, I don't have any debt.
I don't know.
As if that's a flex because your parents have money.
I actually think that like women like to be cheated on. Every time I ask the girls on the show, it'll be like, we'll talk about cheating, right? They'll bring up their ex that cheated. But my next question is always like, did you stay? And they always say yes. And when I first heard this, I thought it was crazy. I was like, there's no way girls like this stuff.
It's more similar to an addiction. It's the roller coaster, and then they go back because they miss.
Yeah. Did any of them tell you they liked being cheated on?
I mean, they didn't say that, but their actions, it's like...
A lot of women like to stay in relationships. So do they like it because they stay there?
See, I feel like this is like a trap question. It's like a trap. It's like this is what they do. They try to trap you.
Do you think addicts like to be addicts?
Honestly, I think some addicts do. I do. No, this is. I have relatives that are addicts. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Based. Okay.
Men don't need women. Women need men. Men could survive without women. If all the women disappeared tomorrow, men would be fine outside of reproduction. If tomorrow they made artificial wombs, what would they need a woman for? Who's a better companion, men or women? So men built the world. All the hard jobs are done by men. If men disappeared tomorrow, society would collapse. Men built the world that we complain about. Men can be alone, women can't. Women are social beings. We need attention. And men don't. You don't see women going out to the woods and just roughing it. That's a man thing. Who's camping and fishing? It's not us.